Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everybody is doing well today. It's Sunday, so hopefully you're relaxing, not working, enjoying, doing a little prayer, thanking God, and spending time with your family, right? That's what Sundays are for. So it's a day of rest, okay? But right before I got on here to record this video, it was 2:22, so that made me smile. I was like, "Oh, all right." So what I just thought about to do the video was exactly what I should have. So, anyway, Saturday, I woke up and I went and got a coffee. I went to a park. I was sitting by a waterfall, literally full of joy. Like, my body could not really even contain what I was feeling. It was so awesome. This happens a lot, but yesterday was such a lengthy time that I was in that feeling. It was the best. It's like you have to hold back the tears. I mean, I did have to have a cry, but I had to like almost try to hold back the tears for the humbleness, gratitude, love, and just like the connection I have with the heavens. It's so awesome. And not only that, all the synchronicities that kept coming to me in my environment, just proving exactly what I was feeling and thinking. There's nothing like it. I'm telling you, when you get in that alignment, now it does take years, okay? But when you get in that alignment, I'm telling you, it is the best feeling in the world. So I was sitting at this park, right? Enjoying a breakfast sandwich, and I was just having coffee, listening to the birds, like just looking around, just listening. And I saw this group of people, right? There were four older people. They were walking around the park. And I was just looking at him, I just waved to him. And this one guy from the group stayed back and he was just like staring at me. It was so strange. And he was older, right? So respectfully, I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, hey, are you having a good day? Do you need anything? Is this your first time at the park?" And I had such a good conversation. Like, it was divinely led that I met this guy, Norman McCormick, okay? That was his name. And anyway, he was at the park looking for the memorial with his name on it from the Korean War. How cool. And so, anyway, we sat there and talked, and I mean, it was such a good conversation. Like, we had such a long handshake. He was telling me a little bit about his war stories, and he was filling up with tears. I could just feel what he was conveying energetically. It was the coolest thing, man. I am so glad I met that guy. It was just showing me that, like, some of the souls we had back in the day, they're really like they're kind of non-existent. Society has changed people to be lustful and not truthful, fake, wear a mask and not be who they are. But like when I met this guy, it was just like I was meeting a true person. It was so cool. I mean, I had a little tear after that when they walked away. I was so grateful to meet that guy. It was so cool. Okay. And then like God kept giving me information about like older things in life, and I'm like, I met that guy for a reason. It was just he just stopped and looked at me like there was something he wanted to tell me. He didn't even know me. It was so strange, but just being me, I was like, "Oh, hey, do you need help?" So how cool, do not think odd of other people, just be your kind self, and you never know what can come out of those situations. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing was this. I was thinking about a lot of the past things that God's shown me, like the journey up into this point, and I have a video on it. I actually was looking through my binoculars one morning and saw one chariot in the sky. It was like one war person suited up in armor riding a chariot through the sky. I know, it's crazy. This is literally what I saw. But after I saw that one, there were like hundreds of them, like dust coming up, like going to war. And God was showing me that thing again, like in my mind while I was driving. And He was showing me that the battle I went through, the war angels were with me. They came in to protect me because these idiots wouldn't give up trying to spiritually attack me. Okay. And He was showing me that years ago when I saw that in the clouds, He was then confirming that's why I saw it, was because those angels were there to protect me. They were coming in to be on my side. man, you can't even make this stuff up. You know what I mean? the the just the string of events, the visions, my environment, the clouds, people, animals. I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, you are so good. You could not get any better. You are just awesome in everything you do, right? I'm trying to work on something and He's threading together a whole something behind the scenes that seamlessly comes together, right? He is the master, the creator, and the only one, right? So I just thought, man, that's why I saw that vision. Because I remember that day when I was looking at my binoculars, I looked around, it was like 6:30 in the morning. I looked around like, oh my gosh, who can I have come over to my house and view this? I mean, I was in shock that I saw it. I literally couldn't believe it. In my mind, I'm like, did I just see what I thought I saw? So I put my binoculars back up again, and there it was. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is nuts that I am witnessing this stuff. But when I think back through 10 years, it's really not. The stuff I've encountered is almost unbelievable. It really is unbelievable, okay? But the funny thing is, I'm outside, so who knows what you're going to hear out here. But the funny thing is, all of those things I was shown have added up to exactly where I'm at. So I'm like, wow, that was part of my blueprint, and it's literally exactly what it was. So, I doubted it then, thinking, what did I just see? I mean, I didn't understand why I saw those chariots. But then, months later, I saw a chariot at this antique store, a brooch, the exact chariot in the sky, which confirmed you saw that. Here it is in real life. Then today, the Lord was confirming why I saw those. Because this spiritual attack I've been under for years, those chariots with war angels were coming to fight for me. Oh man, I'm telling you what, to be on the side of the Most High is the most, grateful feeling in the world. It gives you gratitude and humbleness. I'm not even upset. I honestly would never be where I'm at spiritually if these people did not attack me in every possible way that they could, and if that doesn't show you that the Most High is real, present, and in lives, then I don't know what does, right? Like, He was showing me then I was protected, and I didn't even know that's what it meant. It took years to get to, like, oh my gosh, that's what it was. Because sometimes God will show you something and you may not know what it means, but you just file it away, and then something else comes up. I always ask for 3, or I get 3 confirmations, and then usually the third one is like, that's what it means, right? Because He leads me up to the meaning of it. You may see something and not understand it, but if you just pay attention and stay aligned, then He will, explain what it is. And today, He was like confirming those things about the chariot. And then the fact that I met that war veteran, once again, a war veteran. Do you see what I mean? Man, God is good. I'm telling you, God is good, okay? If you don't believe, you need to, okay? And it does take time to get that relationship where you are seeing stuff as soon as you ask, or the way I see it. It took years to get here. It really did. It took blind faith. It took having no one in my life, no one believing what I was talking about. It took all of that stuff, but me still having faith and never doubting and never giving up, listening to my signs. That's how I got where I'm at, right? You can't do it overnight, because what God does, He tests you. You have to pass so many lessons just to get to this point, okay? I'm telling you, very difficult lessons. And you think you passed it, but then 6 months later, He'll bring it up again to make sure you've passed it. Like, have you conquered this? Have you mastered it? We're going to find out. And like, when you start going through these things, and God knows you are an obedient student, right? Then He literally gives you more and more and more. And when He trusts in you with authority, then He will allow you to hold the gavel, right? To bring judgment, because He knows you're fair and you are healed and you are just, okay? Because you're not going to call judgment on anybody just out of anger or emotions, right? No matter what, okay? You can't be biased. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, this brain holds so much. I don't even talk about half of the stuff I know or see, because a lot of it is just meant for me and God. He's elevating me. He's, basically educating me. And honestly, the best educator in life is the Most High, because He will give you stuff that you don't even know, you don't even have to research, and you just understand it, okay? But it's like, I think back and it's like, I wouldn't change anything. I mean, yeah, I had a lot. I had a lot of tears. I told God, I think we filled up an ocean, you know what I mean, from the hurt I've went through. But that was needed to see beyond, right? I had to get all of that out. It was like purging how I felt and like things done to me and the way people treated me and stuff, like for no reason. It was so crazy. But the thing is, when you operate with God, people can feel that. And it's like if they have any demonic things on them or they're sinful or whatever, that can irritate them, right? So they can act out towards you. You didn't do anything. Your light is irritating their dark, okay? So a lot of that stuff that's happened to me is from that right there. And that's why the Lord's like, oh no, just stay aligned. You're going to be okay. So, I don't know. I was just feeling kind of down today. Sometimes I have high hopes for people, or I don't know, just things. And it kind of got me down, but it's like there's no need to be down, right? I cannot expect everybody to care as much as I do and show up as much as I do or be as thoughtful as I am, It's just, I don't know. I just know that no matter what, I may be a little doubtful or sad about things here and there, but I just know that the way everything has been in my life, that situation is going to be fine too, right? Just having a union with someone that is an equal, that shows up like I do, cares like I do, right? And just like loves God like I do. I mean, it's just like a personal thing. I don't go out and talk about it to anybody except on this channel because I was guided to. But, I mean, I just do what God asks, and it's like, my gosh, it's so difficult to find people in life that just do that, right? That are truthful, that are themselves, that just care, that are just like, I don't know. I just, it is what it is. The Lord's like, it's going to be fine. So Him showing me today those war angels, that's why I saw the vision in the clouds. It wasn't even a vision. I saw it with my own eyes. It was the craziest thing. And I literally tried to get a video of it. I got a video of the pink cloud, but I was looking through binoculars, so I couldn't get a video of what I saw. But I'm telling you, it was like a moving, like, foundational piece in my life. Because I literally was in disbelief that I saw that. I kept thinking, what the heck, for weeks. I was like, man, I cannot believe I saw that in the clouds. And I told my mom about it, and she's kind of like, well, okay, that's kind of out there. But, like, now I see why God showed me that. Because when you walk with Him, there will be a group, an army of angels that He will gather up to fight your battles so that you can stay in alignment and not get pulled into the darkness that is trying to take you down. Couldn't be happier. This soul just keeps shining bright, man. I was like, Lord, if I felt like I did on Saturday all the time, I'm telling you, it would just change the world, because it is so overwhelming of love and kindness and giving and just, I can't even explain it. It is just almost too much to embody. It's awesome, okay? And sometimes people can make you feel that way, right? That's why I was like, oh my gosh, if I ever do get in a union or in a marriage that I'm feeling like that every day, man, I was like, it would change the world, okay? It would change the world. Because I don't know if anyone experiences a love like that. You know what I mean? Like that overwhelming love. So for now, I'm fine with just having that overwhelming everything from the Most High, because He's the one that fills that for me. When no one was there, He was. When no one showed up, He did. When no one believed, He did. Right? So no matter what, just have belief, right? Just start your prayer, because the more you connect and listen, He gives you crumbs, and then He'll give you a piece of bread, and then He'll give you the whole loaf, and then He'll let you be the seller of the loaf, right? Like you basically build your way up to being right next to God. And it does take a long time, because God is not going to grant somebody something when you haven't proven that you are faithful and you will stick with him. Even when stuff is so terrible, if you keep your eyes up there, right? And he knows that, and he has tested you and you have passed, and he's tested you and you have passed, then he will start giving you stuff. So don't give up if you feel your connection isn't going anywhere. You have to keep at it, right? I just talk to God, but when it's that type of prayer, I do get on my knees and pray. I cry. But usually it's just a conversation, right? And then next day or next few days, you may get the answer. You'll see it in your environment. So just pay attention, right? God is there. He is protecting the ones you know, that follow him. He's not with everyone. He's only with you if you open the door and keep him there, right? That's what it is. So make space for God, right? Make space for that, because that is literally what controls your life, not you. You can make decisions, but he really is in control of it, because eventually things will crumble if you're not following the path. You will be miserable inside. You will have all of these feelings, right? That aren't happy, right? Like, why not work towards pure happiness, right? Because it's awesome. And I was listening to Amazing Grace because that song was on driving home after he showed me the thing about the warriors, the chariots. I was listening to the words and it totally meant something different than what I ever thought. You know, it's like, you saved a wretch like me. Yeah, someone's sinning. You saved the person. And then it says, I was blind and now I see. That's because God will lift the veil and you're no longer blind. You see things for what they are and people for who they are, right? And then it says that, like, grace came in the hour I believed. That's because when you totally believe, and God knows when you do, then that's when grace comes upon you to clear everything out and to refresh you and cleanse you of the things you did, because you are not a product of your past. Yes, it does form you, but that is not who you are when you change, right? Just know that. So, yeah, I love you guys. Have a good day.